question from Chris. He says he has a hard time keeping his kilt up. He has a 44-inch kilt waist. He does wear a belt. Any suggestions on how to help him with that?
Yes. Would you like to go first?
Go ahead. Absolutely.
Couple things. Number one, if you think of, make sure you're wearing your kilt high enough. If you think of yourself, generally a kind of an egg shape. If you wear your kilt on the lower part of the egg, it's going to drop. If you wear your kilt around or just above the wider part of the egg, the kilt won't fall as easily.
5 yard might be a better option if you're having problems with a kilt falling off because of your body shape.
And make sure the belt is pulled very snug. The bigger guys tend to be of two types, either kind of squishy or kind of very hard as far as their, the tensile strength of their body and the muscle mass and the weight they carry around the belly. So if you are the squishy type, the Pillsbury Doughboy of the larger gents, then it may be a little bit more difficult to wear the kilt a little bit more snug. If you are wearing a belt and you are still wearing it above the wider part of the egg, as it were, and it's still falling down, then you could, depending on what you're wearing with it, wear a pair of suspenders. Alternatively, I've seen this in pants and on one kilt a long time ago, where there's like a rubberized material that you can sew on the waistband of pants.
That grippy stuff, yeah.
Yeah, effectively for grip. And in pants, it'll help keep your shirt tucked into your pants. For a kilt, it would help hold the kilt to the shirt and not slip down as easily. So, yeah, those are two ideas for you. Just make sure you are wearing it around or above the widest part of you, and generally that's the biggest issue most guys have, is that they're actually wearing their kilt too low.
Yep. I would say that, it's basically, if it's a kilt you've had for a while and perhaps you've gained some weight, then you might want to consider doing a new kilt and maybe changing the measurement slightly so your rise is a little higher, but you're still coming down to the proper spot on your kneecap. That's one way. Other than that, basically everything you said.
A kilt is a very flattering garment for a larger guy. When you wear it up above the wider part or widest part of you, it's hanging flat down from your front apron. If you wear your kilt below your belly kind of does the old Dunlap disease, where it Dunlapped over the front of your kilt. It ends up going down in the front and pushing down, and it actually goes up in the back. So when you're wearing a kilt, for a bigger guy, wear it up around the widest part of you. And when you're wearing your sporran, another trick is so it doesn't underline your belly, take the sporran chain or your sporran strap and hook it up over the top buckle on the sides of your kilt, and then that way it'll hang down from the sides that way versus from the back and kind of come around and underline your belly. It'll be a much nicer finished look to the front of the kilt for you. Bigger guys tend to be of two types, either kind of squishy or kind of very hard as far as their, the tensile strength of their body and the muscle mass and the weight they carry around the belly. So if you are the squishy type, the Pillsbury Doughboy of the larger gents, then it may be a little bit more difficult to wear the kilt a little bit more snug. In that instance, I would say, maybe get the rubberized tape to put around the inside of the kilt to help hold it up with the shirt.